Can you go over when to freeze or slow push in the mid game after tier 1 is down? Now guys, since the comment section is not filled up with too many comments, I am happy to respond to each comment with a video such as this. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to reply to each of your comments with a video response so I can help you guys get better at League of Legends. Now, let's say that I am playing Jace top versus a Camille. When should I freeze? Now, we are saying in the mid game, so let's assume that tier 1 turret is down. And I'm freezing the wave here. I could be freezing the wave here. Just anywhere which is not here. So this is the portion where I can freeze the wave. So I'm freezing the wave here. When should I freeze the wave? Okay. Now, this question is very interesting. And I'm going to be very clear with you guys. There's very few games where I would actually want to freeze. And the reason why is because right now in this meta, there is so much that happens on the map. There are so many objectives that you can take. For example, there's Herald, there's Dragons, there's tier 1's mid, tier 1's bot, tier 2's bot, tier 2's mid. So the only time where it's good to freeze is if Camille cannot roam anywhere. So there's no lanes that she can actually roam to. There's no lanes that she can dive whilst I'm freezing. Because what you don't want happening is you freeze this wave, Camille goes mid lane and kills your mid laner and then takes mid turret. Or you freeze your wave, she goes bot, gets a double kill bot lane. You don't want that to happen. So those are very few games. Now, if she is playing a champion that cannot roam, and I'm going to show you guys an example of this. Say Kayle. Kayle is a champion that cannot really roam, and she needs gold and experience. So Kayle, for example, is a champion that freezing against is pretty good. Now, when should you freeze then against a Kayle? Instead of just pushing and taking objectives, because what you can do is you slow push, build up a really big wave, you crash it, and then you go rotate and take tier 2 turret mid lane or tier 1 turret mid lane whilst this wave is crashed in top. So in what situation do you actually freeze then? And the situation is very simple. When there's nothing for you to do on the map. So if you see that you cannot roam, you cannot help your team, there is downtime on objectives, so there's 2 minutes, 3 minutes till Drake, then you can actually freeze. Now I'm going to go show you guys an example. Now here's a game where I'm playing Kennen versus Kayle. There's 4 minutes left for Dragon, so there's no way I can move. Herald's up in 25 seconds, but I'm in top lane, so it's very easy for me to rotate towards Herald. There's nothing for me to do mid lane. There's nothing really for me to do bot lane, because my bot lane is completely griefing and it's very hard for a Kennen to gank a Xayah and a Pyke lane. So what do I do? Because Kayle is a champion that needs resources, I decide to freeze. So as you can see here, I set up this freeze, I hold it, and I basically just hold it for a really long time until there's a fight, which we end up winning, and I just maintain this freeze. And I maintain it for quite a long time. As you can see, I just maintain it, hold the freeze, hold the freeze, hold the freeze, until they have to send literally 3 people to break the freeze. And when they send 3 people to break the freeze, yes, my Jarvan does int, but you can see that now my team can actually breathe. My bot lane, who are like 0-3, 0-4, they're actually allowed to go mid lane and take the farm. So I forced a lane swap, and Kayle did not farm anything for around 2 to 3 minutes. So that's an example of how freezing is good. Now, let's go to the slow push example. When should you slow push lanes? Now, here I have a game where I'm playing Jax versus Aatrox. Now, I'm a very fed Jax, and I have the capacity to turret dive him 100 to 0. So, the slow pushing rule applies in a very similar way in the mid game. So, you should slow push waves when you're able to dive the opponent, and also when you want to take the turret. So, for example, here I already have a big wave pushed up. I'm now going to crash this wave because this wave and the next incoming wave after it are going to crash at the turret relatively the same time. So I get this really big build up of a wave, and now I can just dive this guy, end up diving him, get a free kill. Yeah, I do end up dying, but the concept still holds, right? Yes, Jhin was here, but the concept is still valid in terms of you want to slow push when you want to build up a really big wave because you're capable of diving. Now you can also build up a wave and roam. The whole concept of slow pushing still applies in the mid game. The only difference is because you need to now push 2 waves instead of 1 wave if you've already taken the turret. The difference becomes that if there is an objective, let's say Dragon is up, you want to just push it as soon as possible depending on the timer. So if it's like 30 seconds till Drake is up, you don't really have the time to slow push the wave. So that's the difference. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask me in the comments below and I'll try my best to answer. I'll make a video if necessary. I also stream almost every day, so come and check out my stream. Ask me anything you want on stream and I will go in depth and answer your question as best as I possibly can. So if you want, come on my stream, ask me whatever you want to ask and I'm going to answer to the best of my ability. Thank you guys for watching and have a good day.